Trimmers. Do you know which ones to run away from? Now, I'm Bonnie Megowan. I do a lot of videos on sharpening, and sharpening mostly beauty shears, also clippers, clipper blades, little trimmers like some people use. And whether you're a sharpener, barber, or stylist, I would suggest you stay with Wahl, Anderson, Oster. Those three. When you start going beyond those, there's no telling what you're going to get. Now, this is 2022. Things may change. But for now, Wahl, Anderson, Oster. The reason you want to stay with those three if you are a barber or stylist is because as sharpeners, we can get the parts for them. We can make them work. But if you start getting into some strange things, we don't always have a source to get parts if we lose something. So yesterday, this one came in. Oh, gee. Normally, I would say go. I don't sharpen those. Sorry, try somebody else. Or I would send them on out the door. But because I was training someone and we were doing sharpening, and I was showing them how to sharpen clipper blades on the machine back here, and I thought, well, let's take these little trimmers in. And he actually brought in two trimmers, the one that I showed you and another one which was called a Gamma. And I just talked to another barber who walked in the door, and she said she had a Gamma. And down here it's very popular. Though both of those, when we took them apart, we could only sharpen the comb. The comb is the outside. The cutter is the one that moves back and forth. And we couldn't sharpen the cutter. Now, some of you that are sharpeners might be able to tell me how to do it. But we couldn't get, there was a little plastic insert in there that we couldn't get out. And we were afraid to get it out because if we broke anything, we can't replace it. Yikes. So we did sharpen the comb on the Gamma clippers, and we were able to put those back together successfully, and they cut good. Those trimmers, all the trimmers, they recommend you just replace the whole blade. They're not really designed to be sharpened. So if you come across any of those trimmers, it's up to you if you want to sharpen them. It's easy enough just to walk away. But we're all brave. We try things that we really shouldn't, especially when we're showing off. And I had someone I was training, and I kind of wanted to show off a little bit. Babyliss, or Babyliss. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. I know Oster is pronounced Oster like toaster, but I don't know if Babyliss. I've heard it pronounced all sorts of ways. But the problem was we took it apart. We got it apart. Rich was here from Pennsylvania, and got it apart. And we never could get the cutter out. Just could not get the cutter out. Yeah, it was some kind of really weird size hex screw to try to get that out. So we just sharpened the comb. After we sharpened the comb, got it cleaned up, demagnetized, all the steps put back together. We worked on that thing for 30 minutes trying to put it back together. I took it apart, so I know how it came apart. It wasn't knowing what went where. It was just this little springy thing. And unfortunately, the barber came by, and he had taken it apart before because he had done some kind of modification on all his blades. You use a flathead screwdriver to hold it down.
Screwdriver to hold it down in between that top right there.
Okay.
And he took the screwdriver.
So it takes two people.
It takes two people.
And this is why, if you get one of these trimmers, just walk away from it. Don't try to sharpen it. Is it together?
I guess it is. It's flat.
All right, let's put it on the trimmer and see if it works. So these are disposable blades. You're just going to have to buy the whole blade. But you modified it, right? You took it apart to modify it?
I took it apart and modified it by myself. And I did that same thing too. I hold it down and I pushed it in. But I end up, it come loose, so I tried it another way. Once I tried it the other way, like I was saying, I did not put the springs on the blade, the moving blade.
You put the spring on after you got it
put the spring on
put together.
After another utensil, like something small, like it was a toothpick that I used.
Okay. So this is instructions not to take it apart, but if you have, this will give you a hint on how to put it back together.
The baby's running.
Is it working? Oh, it shaved that hair off your arm, that little bit?
A little bit.
Okay, okay. All right.
Would you do those again?
I don't know.
Took two people, and he was pressing so hard with that screwdriver, Joe was, that Rich told me later there was an indentation in my mat on my table. So don't be Joe, don't be Rich. Walk away if you see something like this coming in your door. Joe swore up and down he loved the way that trimmer's cut. I don't care how nice they cut. If you're a barber, stylist, groomer, whatever, if it's not something that's supported by American sharpeners or sharpeners in your country that they can get the parts for, you're going to be in trouble if you have to get them sharpened, you have to get them repaired. That was tough. Wish I could have got a better video so you could see how to put them together, but kind of glad I didn't, because I really don't want you to try it. No, you don't want to go through all this stuff. You do not want to go through this. So that's my little public service announcement about walk away trimmers. Yeah, don't buy them, don't sharpen them, just walk or run away from them. So I have a lot more, maybe more instructional videos than this one here. If you go check my channel, Bonika Shears, I have a lot of videos on sharpening, and check out my book if you're interested in getting in the sharpening business. I have a book that's available on Amazon and also on the website, and it'll help get you started and be thinking about if you want to get into the business sharpening scissors for the beauty shops. And